always been very curious to kind of say, like, why does a group of people who get together in a certain room or a certain environment, like, why does some folks do really well and they're really happy and they work really well together? And why can those same folks who are a different group just be totally miserable and hate each other in the exact same environment?
You do not know the person or their problem well enough to give them feedback or advice. A big part of this coaching process is allowing yourself to be, I call it, intellectually lazy. The question's written for you, all you're doing is listening. Because what you're trying to do for that other person is allow them to see things in different perspectives.
The one thing about leadership in organization, it's really complex, and there isn't a easy 3-step solution. Anyone that tells you there is wrong. We all know that it's just not that easy, because people aren't that easy. You have feelings, and you have ideas, and you have volitions, and you have families, and you have moods, and those things change. So to say that in these 5 steps you can solve this problem, that's treating a person as if they're a machine, and when people are treated as if they're machines, they behave very negative, because they're whole people. And you gotta accept that, and it's messy.
Not everything requires training. Sometimes it requires you and the employee talking and saying, okay, if you and I aren't getting along, is there an example of some part where you and I at least agreed on something and we got things that work together? I'd find that example, I'd say, walk me through that example. How did we do it? How did we set it up? What was the process? Where did we meet? Were you drunk? Was I drunk? Did it work? And the answer at that point is saying, can we build up existing skill sets and resources? That also in some ways for employees, that's building their progress and their self-efficacy. Because nothing makes people feel more engaged in their work than making progress on their own skills and resources.
People find purpose and they feel overall pretty happy when they can make progress on things. When they can say, hey, you know what? Like, this work matters to me. I can move this work a little further. And progress might be completing a challenging task. It might be learning a new skill. It might be helping the organization move towards the goal they want to achieve. If the agency or the company or the organization or you aren't making progress, then you, at that point, you're dying. So when I go into an organization or into a team, I'm just looking to kind of see, do they have healthy sense of humor? Are they laughing with each other? Do they feel comfortable in the room? When one person speaks, do people listen, or are they rolling their eyes, or are they responding negatively? I want to see when pressure builds up inside the team, how they react inside that process. You're feeling folks who feel comfortable enough to kind of say, like, I think that's a really bad idea, and no one's afraid to speak about that part. Like, give me a team that's still fighting and still cares enough to push back on the ideas. Because that means they still care enough about the organization and their work to give a damn.